His band has been described as a U2 of Asia, and Salman Ahmad himself as one of the Muslim world's biggest rock stars. Raised in both New York and Lahore, Ahmed challenges the conservative values of Pakistani society with musical lyrics infused with political messages. His group, Daur-e-Junoon, has fans around the world, with music that combines traditional Sufi-style themes with Western pop. One of their most famous songs, Say-On-A, reiterates a message of peace and change. Ahmed, who is also a medical doctor, is now telling his story in a new book entitled Rock and Roll Jihad, A Muslim Rock Star's Revolution. Derided by some and worshipped by many, Salman Ahmad is our connector of the day.
Well, he's got many of you talking, and I spoke to Salman earlier today from New York, and I began by asking him a question from one of you. Sultan Emir wanted to know why Pakistani music had stopped moving forward recently, and this is what he said.
Taliban and Al-Qaeda are creating mayhem, chaos in the region, and they don't like musicians, they don't like, poets, they don't like girls' schools, they don't like anything which creates light. And so there's a war happening right now, which is the forces of Al-Qaeda and Taliban, and then brand Pakistan. But if you look at, Pakistani music, despite the violence, you've had amazing music, poetry. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, a man who was a mentor of mine, who collaborated with Peter Gabriel, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. And this, again, is way before 9/11 ever happened. And the problem is that, with the violence that's taking place, the political violence at the moment, there's a danger in being a rock musician or any kind of musician in Pakistan. So I'm hoping.
Are you concerned about that personally?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm flying to Pakistan on the 9th, and we have to play secret gigs. We have to. It's like being a musical guerrilla. With music, it transcends boundaries: cultural, faith, political, and what Rock and Roll Jihad is saying is, look, rock and roll is a symbol of freedom, justice, peace. And the J word, which is, hijacked by Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, stands for, in my words, a struggle, a positive struggle. In Muslim culture, when we would go, that's why I used the word rock and roll jihad, is that they're not incongruent terms. They work together. Jihad is a positive word, and I would like, to rescue that word away from Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden.
And I want to get to some viewer questions, and one is from Anwar here, and perhaps Anwar will want to read the book because he says Islam doesn't allow music like rock and roll, it's prohibited, it's a sin. Your thoughts?
There's nothing in the Holy Book which says music is prohibited. Music gives people freedom. Music brings unity, and it's people who want to create fear, divide, who say that, there's no room for music in Islam.
Mira says, do you think that your music unites or polarizes people?
What music does is, and what artists try to do, is jam. And when you jam with another artist, you connect with them beyond faith, beyond race, beyond ethnic divides. And so I found, as I write in my book, that music is a uniter.
What do you hope your legacy will be?
Someone who sees with the heart and doesn't put into categories of, God, politics, or even, rock and roll, jazz, qawwali. Because I believe there's a cosmic oneness. I mean, my music reflects that. And I know that many artists, musicians who I play with also see the word through this sort of oneness. And so if we can go beyond the political cookie cutter, we'll find that there's a lot that unites us and less that divides us.